Okay guys, so welcome back. Let me scrub this board off. I just want to show you one more thing. And I don't know if this pen is leaving a bit of a mark on here. I hope you can still see it. I'll get some whiteboard cleaning fluid for the next video. Anyway, let me look at this chart, and I want you to ask yourself one question. In fact, let me just use the example I had on here. Okay, yeah, that's a good chart. Right, so we have, and this is a real life example, by the way. Just wanted to clarify that. This is the price. Okay, sitting in a reasonable range. Boof. That comes out of nowhere. What else happens with that now? Right. This is the chart. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what time frame that's on. Let me just check that. Did I put the time frame on here? This is an intraday chart, right? So call it a 15-minute, call it a 5-minute, doesn't really matter. But the point is, we have the price chugging along quite nicely. All of a sudden, we are very, very significantly lower, very significantly. You know, that is quite a lot compared to the daily range. I think you can, this is the scale as well. And we've driven lower and we've pulled back off this low and we're starting to curl down here. So if I can find my red pen, is it in my pocket? Yes, it is. So we have, you know, this is kind of phase 1, if you like, phase 2, and then 3 is starting to roll over. And a question for you guys is, what do you think bulls are feeling right now? How do you think bulls are feeling right now? In other words, you've been bullish and you've picked up stock here, or even you've picked up here, anywhere up to here. Now, if you're lucky enough to be buying it down here, you're going to have a little bit of different feeling, right? But the majority, i.e. the crowd, what is the crowd feeling when they see this? Okay, the crowd are going to be hurting. They are going to be in confusion. They are going to be almost, some of them will be panicking, some of them won't, but there will be some who will be panicking because they did not perceive that. They said to themselves, I'm only going to get out if it goes below the low of the day. And now they're stuck in something that has given them 20, 30, 40, 50 times what they expected. They are caught out. So what do you think is the behavior and the thought process of people in the bulls? And let me just look again and see exactly what I put on here. They are saying, number one, what's happening? If you've been on the end of this, you'll know yourself, won't you? When you see this, even if you're not trading, you're like, what's happening? What's caused this? Is it some sort of extreme news? Is it a fat finger that's caused this spike and it's not really a true movement? What is it? There is the air of confusion. What else have I put in here? Why is it dropping so suddenly? Let me bring this up so I'm not looking down there all the time, guys. I can't keep looking at you in the eye. Why is it dropping so suddenly? And oh my God, what if it's really serious? Okay, that's exactly what you're going to think. If you're long on this thing at the moment, you are going to be thinking exactly that. Oh my God, what if this is really serious? What if this thing now, this is in the first few minutes, what if this thing decides to go and completely go through the floor? Bearing in mind, we have seen flash crashes before. Bearing in mind, we have seen all sorts of things like that. That is going to be going through your mind. So, and you might even be saying, I'm going to have my account wiped out. I'm going to be margin called. I'm losing way, 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 way more than I expected to in this trade. This has caught me with my pants down, so to speak. So you are going to not like this if you are a bull. So what happens now? There are so many unknowns to this. Your imagination is running wild with you and this is an intraday chart. Obviously, if this is a daily chart, there's going to be more of a calmer thing, but it's still going to be similar, but a slightly dampened response. But people are, you know, every second delay seems like it's costing them more. And let me move back to the chart here. You know, they're concerned about that red line. And let me go back and get a black pen here. They're concerned about the red line. That's the hypothetical thing they've got in their mind. The worst case scenario is, oh my God, this thing's going to completely capitulate. I'm going to be wiped out. That's all they're concerned about. They're not thinking, hey, you know what, this is quite good value. There are a few traders out there, of course, and that's when you step to a second level. And this is all about position sizing as well. But they're not thinking this is quite good value. You know, if I can buy another bit here, then I'll. There are very few, but I'm talking about the crowd. The crowd is confused, don't understand what's going on. Why is this happening? Majority of those people are then going to be saying, do you know what? I can't stand this. Every little tick, and this is why these kind of setups work. If we look at this zone here in more depth, and appreciate that this is really where I'm going into like a day trading mode. But even on a swing trading perspective, this is very, very similar in terms of an extreme move coming out for 4 or 5 days. People thinking what's going on, maybe there is no news flow, maybe there isn't. The pullback, you still have the swing trading longs, the people who are long caught and thinking the same thing, but the response is slightly dampened off. But in this scenario, they're thinking, okay, great, it's pulling back, maybe it's just a blip, maybe it's just a fat finger, you know, I'll be able to get out. If this pushes back up to kind of halfway, I'll take my loss and I'll not worry about it. Then it starts to curl over again, and they start thinking swear words. They start thinking, oh dear, I don't like the look of this whatsoever. And so what happens now is you get emotional order flow. They have seen this, which they do not like, the drive lower. They have seen this bounce, which they do like, and they feel relief. Now they see it rolling again very, very quickly. What do you think they are thinking? They are thinking, get me out of this trade immediately. They are thinking, I don't care what price I want to get. I do not like the look at this. It goes to the low again. It goes lower. They are selling, 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 selling. Emotional order flow because of the confusion, the loss, the exaggerated move that no one was expected. Even no one was expecting to see that. The average true range is nowhere near that. All those kind of things are just increasing the reason why people want to get out of the confusion. So, going back to the initial point of trade when you have an edge, would your edge not be to wait until you have this opportunity? Admittedly, this is an extreme opportunity and this is kind of the sort of thing that doesn't happen all the time, but you can reduce your criteria a little bit and be a bit more flexible with it. But trading on the short side at that point there, with a risk capped above that high there, would you not say is a pretty good trade to make all day long? If you could repeat that trade consistently, would you not think the chances of that at least giving you this kind of move, a decent risk to reward and a good probability, is not good? I think even if you're not a day trader, you've got to probably say that makes a lot of sense. Now, of course, there are times when you get that and you get a V-shaped reversal. Of course there are. But the point is, and it might suck in some buyers and it might change. It's not 100%. I wouldn't put my full net worth on that one setup. But the point is, if you're in the right conditions at the right time, the reason, going back to the point again of why is someone going to sell after I've gone short to make it go to the downside? The reason is because these guys are panicking. They're all stuck in it. It's driving lower. It's pulled back. And now it's about to go another leg. They're under fear. They don't want to see any more. They're just literally hitting whatever they can. So if you can front run that panic, you've at least going to get a short-term move off that. And obviously come to the trade management if you want to ratchet down your stop and look for a bigger move. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm alluding to in terms of trade when I have an edge, and trade when you can understand when people are more predictable than they are during a random condition. Anyway, stay tuned for the next video, guys.